So how much does your logo really matter when it comes to branding? First, let me start by saying that I absolutely love designing logos. I've designed in the ballpark of 2,000 to 3,000 of them, so I feel like I bring a little experience to the table. When designing logos, I feel like my creativity is often at a high point, and the fact that I'm developing a flagship for a brand brings both pressure and also reward when clients are proud to show off what you created for them. That being said, as much as some designers may tell you that your logo is the ultimate end-all be-all guiding light of your brand, that's simply not true. There are some in the design community that love to put their wonderful logo designs on a pedestal and worship their own work like it's a second coming of the Sistine Chapel. A definite nope. Designer groups all over social media will nitpick a newly designed or existing logo with dozens or even hundreds of comments, assuming that any of them will make so much of a difference that clients will cry tears of joy when they feast their eyes upon the revised masterpiece of unmatched creativity. What a bunch of nonsense and sadness. Now, let me explain. Your logo 100% matters in branding. It is the flagship of your brand. I sometimes say it's the drumline for your brand as it marches into battle. And make no mistake, as I've grown as a designer, I make sure all my logos are solid, on brand, appeal to the client's demographic, and ultimately hold true to my own checklist of standards that I developed over 15 years. So why would I say your logo may not matter as much as your designer might tell you it does? Well, try this. Drive around town and just take a look at all the logos that your heart can handle. You'll see some wonderful, clever, and slick logos from companies young and old. And because of that great logo, that business is guaranteed certain success, right? You'll also see some logos that are absolute atrocities as far as design principles are concerned. These Steve Buscemi's of sexy branding may be difficult to visually ingest, but some of these garbage-toting logoed companies have been in business for decades. How can this be? My designer told me that my business weighs in the balance of a logo that will undoubtedly make or break the success of my million-dollar idea. So, how can this be that there are thousands and thousands of companies with logos akin to the beauty of a monkfish that have been wheeling and dealing product to customers for so long and no one gave a turd as to how rotten their logo looked, smelled, or tasted? Think monkfish. You might have to Google that. What's that? A simple 3-axiom answer sums up some of my thoughts. Drum roll. Number 1, trust. These companies know who they're selling to and they know exactly what their customers want and demand in their offering. They build relationships that are so strong that their unnatural disaster of a logo becomes virtually invisible to their customers that keep coming back till infinity. When their customers know that they care as much as they do and they can offer them exactly what they want, it really doesn't matter. The customers will buy and buy again. My guess is that you can name a few powerhouse multi-million or even billion-dollar brands that have subpar logos that you can't stand, but their brand tribe stands by them regardless. I'll wait a second while you think of a few. Imagine. Number 2, uniqueness. What they offer is so specific and unique that customers have no choice. Although Amazon offers everything from A to Z, there are still things that you can't get from your favorite anti-social shopping cart. Things like handcrafted goods and materials, local goods and services, antiques, and offerings of this nature mean no one cares if your logo looks like the offspring of Mr. Bean and Marge Simpson. The product matters enough to keep those customers returning month after month and year after year. What time is it? Number 3, the product is just that good. Think about that local barbecue joint that serves up mouth-watering ribs that are so unbelievably tasty that you couldn't find its rival if you drove 500 miles in any direction. Do you really care that their logo is actually an apron-wearing pig playing a mini piano for a crowd of smoky monster things? Oh, you didn't notice? Neither did the crowds of people lining up every day for the past 15 years to chow down that award-winning brisket. Name, logo, message, and sometimes even service can be subpar. If the product is that good, people will also buy and buy and buy. So are these 3 axioms the only factors of why a logo isn't shiny keys and the bee's knees? I could go on and on for hours, but I felt like 3 was a great place to land. Does this mean that companies couldn't use a brand overhaul or a new and improved trend-setting award-winning logo? Of course not. Could it help grow the company to global success? Maybe, but keep in mind that not all companies want growth or even new customers. Designers, I hate to bust your bubble, but your never designed an actual logo college professor was wrong when they told you that the logo you're designing means everything and the difference between success and failure to your clients. Should your logo be appropriate to the industry it lives in? Yes. Should your logo be solid and designed with clients' customers in mind? Yes. Should it not contain thin lines, drop shadows, and non-optional gradients? Yes. Should it be able to reproduce in one color or embroidery? Yes and yes. And designers, should you try your absolute best to give your clients the logo of all logos, assuming you're being paid? 100% yes. Business owners, does your opinion of your logo matter? Yeah, but not nearly as much as you might think. And it certainly doesn't matter as much as whether or not your logo resonates with your customers. Does that mean you shouldn't love it? No. Does your logo mean the difference between success and failure? No matter what your designer tells you, the answer is a resounding no. In the end, does your logo matter in branding? Absolutely. But there are many other factors that matter as much or even more. In short, know your customers well, make sure your brand is consistent and resonates with your audience at every touch point, and last but not least, make sure your offering is second to none. Agree or disagree, share your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Love it or hate it, I hope this video got you thinking a little bit more about logo or logo design. Like I said, I absolutely love designing logos, so I'm not the anti-logo enemy by any means. I'm just a little more realistic about the ultimate importance of them. Hit like and please subscribe to this channel for more videos and branding, business design, and whatever else we can offer. Until then, peace.